We've all had days when we feel mentally foggy, unable to focus, struggling to get things done. Often that fog can be lifted simply by getting our bodies moving. When you exercise even lightly, you increase blood flow, which brings more oxygen to the brain. This sharpens your focus, lifts your mood, and gives you a clear mind to face the tasks ahead. Some of the best ideas, the clearest insights, come when we're moving, when the body and mind are fully engaged. Daily movement is an investment, not just in your physical health, but in the quality of your life, in your ability to focus, to create, to achieve. Commit to moving every day. And remember, this isn't just about the short term. Each day you move, you're building a healthier, more resilient version of yourself, one step at a time. Imagine where you'll be 30 days from now if you stick with this habit. You'll feel more alive, more energized, more focused. You'll find yourself handling stress better, feeling more grounded, more capable. And that's the kind of transformation that carries over into every part of your life. A strong body, a clear mind, and a resilient spirit. That's what you're building when you move each day. Next, the fourth daily habit that can transform your life is being grateful. Now, this one is powerful, but often overlooked. When we think of success, we often think about achieving more, doing more, striving for the next big thing. But being grateful is about grounding yourself in the present, appreciating what you have, and shifting your focus from what's missing to what's already there. You see, the human mind is naturally wired to focus on problems, to notice what's lacking, to search for the next goal, the next need to fulfill. And while that drive can help us grow, if it's not balanced with gratitude, it can leave us feeling constantly unfulfilled. We end up in a loop of wanting and striving, never truly satisfied, never pausing to recognize the progress we've made, the blessings we've already received. That's where being grateful comes in. It brings perspective. It grounds us in the reality of our own lives and gives us a sense of wholeness and peace. Being grateful each day is simple. It doesn't require a lot of time or a special technique. All it takes is a few moments of genuine reflection. Each morning, or perhaps in the evening, take a moment to think of 3 things you're truly grateful for. It could be anything: a supportive friend, a meaningful accomplishment, the comfort of your home, or even the opportunity to pursue your goals. The key is to focus on what really matters to you and to feel that gratitude deeply, not just on the surface. This habit may seem small, but the effects are profound. By focusing on what's positive and meaningful in your life, you're training your mind to look for the good. You're rewiring your mental habits, creating a mindset that sees abundance rather than scarcity, that feels fulfillment rather than lack. And over time, this mindset will affect every part of your life, your relationships, your work, your goals. Being grateful has another powerful effect. It shifts your energy. Think about it. Have you ever noticed that when you're caught up in negative thinking, complaining, worrying, criticizing, you feel heavy, drained? But when you focus on what's good, what's working, you feel lighter, energized. Gratitude is like a reset button for your mind and spirit. It can lift you out of a bad mood, help you refocus on what really matters, and give you a sense of peace and contentment, even in the middle of challenges. One thing I often recommend is to keep a gratitude journal. This is a simple but incredibly effective practice. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. In fact, it's often the small things that make the biggest impact over time. A good meal, a kind word, a moment of quiet. When you write these things down, you're not only reinforcing your gratitude in the moment, but you're creating a record that you can look back on. And when tough times come, you'll have that journal as a reminder of all the good that exists in your life, of all the blessings you've experienced, even on the harder days. Here's another interesting thing about being grateful. It's contagious. When you're grateful, it affects the people around you. You start to notice the positive qualities in others, to appreciate the kindness, the support, the love they bring into your life. And when you express that gratitude, it deepens your relationships, creates stronger bonds, and fosters a sense of connection and goodwill. People are drawn to those who recognize and appreciate the good. And by being grateful, you naturally become someone who uplifts others. But let me give you a word of caution here. Being grateful doesn't mean ignoring life's problems or pretending everything is perfect. It doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement or ignore the areas where you want to grow. Being grateful is about balance. It's about recognizing that while there may be challenges, while there may be things you want to change, there's also good in your life right now. It's about acknowledging the present moment with acceptance and appreciation, even as you work toward a better future. Over time, being grateful daily creates resilience. When you're used to focusing on what's good, setbacks don't hit as hard. Challenges don't seem as daunting because you've trained yourself to see the silver lining, to find the lesson, to look for what's positive, even in difficult situations. Being grateful gives you strength to keep going, to keep pushing forward, because you're grounded in an awareness of the blessings you already have. You're not coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of abundance. Imagine how different your life could feel after just 30 days of being grateful. You'd find yourself more positive, more resilient, and more content. You'd start to see opportunities instead of obstacles, to feel richer and more fulfilled even before you reach your biggest goals. And that feeling, that sense of being grounded, of feeling whole, will fuel everything else you do. It will give you a kind of quiet confidence, a calm assurance that you have what you need, that you're exactly where you need to be, even as you work toward what's next. So as you begin each day or as you wind down each night, take those few moments to be grateful. Reflect on the good in your life, on the people, the experiences, the opportunities that mean the most to you. Let it be a reminder that your life is already rich, already filled with moments of beauty and meaning. And from that place of gratitude, watch how your perspective changes, how your sense of purpose deepens, and how your life begins to transform from the inside out. Next, the 5th daily habit that can bring profound transformation is the practice of reflection. This habit is simple but incredibly powerful. Each day, take a few minutes to look back over what you've done, what you've learned, and how you've grown. Reflection is about self-awareness, about checking in with yourself to understand your progress, your setbacks, and the lessons that come with them. You see, life has a way of moving quickly. We get wrapped up in our routines, in the demands of the day, and without some form of daily reflection, it's all too easy to lose track of where we're going. Reflection is like a compass. It keeps you aligned with your goals. It keeps you aware of your values. And it helps you make adjustments when you start to drift off course. Think of it as taking stock at the end of each day, an opportunity to pause, to assess, and to grow. The beauty of daily reflection is that it doesn't have to take long. Just 5 or 10 minutes is often enough to gain powerful insights. Start by asking yourself a few key questions. What went well today? What didn't go as planned? What did I learn? And perhaps most importantly, what can I do differently tomorrow? These questions may sound simple, but when you engage with them consistently, they reveal a lot. They bring awareness to patterns in your behavior, in your mindset, in your approach. They show you where you're improving, and they reveal areas where you still need to grow. Now, let me be clear. Reflection isn't about judgment or self-criticism. It's not about focusing on what you did wrong or feeling bad about missed opportunities. No, reflection is about awareness and learning. It's about seeing each day as a stepping stone, a chance to improve and refine. By reflecting each day, you're constantly adjusting, constantly improving, and you're doing it in a way that feels natural and sustainable. One thing I often recommend is keeping a journal specifically for your reflections. Each evening, write down the highlights of the day, the lessons you've learned, and any adjustments you want to make. This doesn't need to be a detailed account, just a few sentences capturing what stands out. Over time, you'll be amazed at the insights that come from this practice. You'll start to see patterns in your behavior, in your thinking, in your decisions. And as those patterns become clear, you'll find it easier to make the changes you want to make. These insights are like a mirror, showing you both your strengths and your challenges, giving you a clearer sense of who you are and where you want to go. Reflection also helps to build resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and when we don't take the time to process what we're going through, those experiences can pile up, leading to stress and burnout. Reflection gives you a space to process your day, to release what no longer serves you, and to carry forward the lessons that will help you grow. It's a habit of letting go, of setting down the burdens of the day and carrying forward only the wisdom. Another benefit of daily reflection is that it keeps you accountable. When you take a moment each day to consider whether you lived up to your own standards, whether you stayed aligned with your values, it creates a natural sense of accountability. You're not just moving through life on autopilot, you're actively engaging with your choices, your actions, your direction. And over time, this habit of accountability makes you stronger, more self-aware, more in tune with who you are and where you're going. I once knew a man who felt stuck, as if he wasn't making any progress toward his goals. He was busy, productive even, but somehow he always felt he was just spinning his wheels. So I suggested he start a daily reflection practice. Each night, he'd take just a few minutes to review his day. He'd write down what he'd accomplished, what he'd learned, and where he could improve. After a month of this practice, he came back to me and said, "I can't believe the difference. I see patterns now that I was completely blind to before. I see the habits that were holding me back, the little things I was doing without even realizing it." By reflecting daily, he had become aware of what needed to change. And with that awareness, he found the power to make those changes. In just 30 days, he was more focused, more productive, and most importantly, more at peace with himself. Reflection can give you that same clarity. When you pause each day to consider your actions, your thoughts, your choices, you're building self-awareness. You're giving yourself the chance to grow a little each day. And as you commit to this habit, you'll find that your life starts to align more closely with your values, your goals, your dreams. So each night before you go to bed, take a moment to reflect. You might do this in writing, or you might prefer to just sit quietly and think about your day. But whatever approach you choose, make it consistent. Make it part of your routine. Reflect on what you did well, on what you learned, and on how you can improve. Let this habit of reflection be a reminder that each day is a chance to grow, a chance to refine, a chance to become a little closer to the person you want to be. Imagine where you'll be 30 days from now if you commit to this habit. You'll have a stronger sense of who you are, a clearer vision of where you're going, and a deeper understanding of what it takes to get there. Reflection turns experience into insight, and insight into growth. It's a habit that builds over time, one that strengthens your character, sharpens your focus, and brings depth to everything you do. And now you've got the framework for transformation. 5 daily habits that, when practiced consistently, can create real change in your life within 30 days. And remember, this isn't about grand gestures or sudden breakthroughs. True transformation comes from steady, deliberate action. It's about committing to small steps each day that, when combined, create lasting impact. Think of these habits as the foundation of a strong life. Now, some days will feel easier than others. There will be days when you feel motivated, energized, and ready to tackle these habits without a second thought. But there will also be days when it feels like a struggle, when distractions creep in, or when the demands of life feel overwhelming. And that's exactly when these habits matter most. Because the value of consistency isn't in how you feel each day, it's in your commitment to show up regardless of the challenges. When you make these habits a part of your daily life, you're setting a standard for yourself. You're saying, I'm committed to my growth, to my vision, to becoming the best version of myself. And over time, that commitment builds confidence. It builds resilience. It creates a sense of momentum that makes each new day a little bit easier, a little bit richer. So as you begin this journey, remember that it's not about perfection. It's about progress. If you miss a day, don't be discouraged. Just get back on track the next day. Focus on building a rhythm, on making these habits so natural that they become a part of who you are, a part of how you move through the world. Imagine where you could be after 30 days, after 60 days, after a year of living this way. Picture how much more focused, more energized, more connected you'll feel. Picture the clarity, the confidence, the strength you'll gain. And as you make these small changes each day, know that you're investing in a future that's filled with purpose, with growth, with fulfillment. Each of these habits is a stepping stone, a piece of the puzzle. Together, they create a foundation that allows you to grow, to thrive, to live a life that's true to your values and your dreams. So start today. Start now. Make the commitment and let these habits carry you forward one day at a time to a life transformed.
Don't forget to subscribe for daily motivational content.